Hey everyone, Livy here, back with our video, and holy shit, we have only 4 decks left in our Tarot March Madness. Can you believe, guys? Four decks left. I would have never told you these would have, well, maybe this one, but I would never have thought that we have been in this round. For those who don't know, we are at this point, is this called quarterfinals? I don't remember. Magic Pantry Tarot is about to face off against the Sistine Tarot. And I really don't know which way this is going to go. But just like the other ones, it's best 2 out of 3. Let me get the Magic Pantry Tarot out. Okay. Magic Pantry is on this side. Sistine Tarot is on this side. Both of these, by the way, are indie decks, so that's kind of cool and interesting too. Just like how I just realized on the other side of things, all those decks, I mean the other 2 that are left over, those are actually both mass market, so that's going to be interesting. Either way, it's going to be like an indie versus mass market face-off, which is kind of cool. But anyways, we're going to start off round 1, same as all the other ones that we've been doing for March Madness. Tarot March Madness here is that we're going to look at cardstock and shuffle ability. So once again, to remind us, this is a Magic Pantry Tarot. It has a slight gloss. It's pretty much standard tarot size is what it seems to be. It's got a little bit of flexibility, but it doesn't have the biggest flexibility, I will be honest. But I still like this cardstock because when it comes time to shuffle it, because it glides really nicely and has that like smooth front, it shuffles pretty nicely, as you can see here. So nice shuffle. I don't know. I think if I was like a riffle shuffler and I was trying to compare, I don't know how well this would riffle shuffle, to be honest, because it feels on the thicker side. But as an overhand shuffler, this is perfectly fine. I like the way that it kind of goes. So, and then if I was even to hold it in my hand, like to hold it comfortably, this is where I'm sitting. These fingers still go over. This one does too. It's fine. Okay, so that's the Magic Pantry Tarot. Sistine Tarot is a different case entirely. So this deck, it is out of print now, but this is an NPC. This was an NPC deck. This actually has more cards in the deck. Okay, it's like a true, like almost like Mankiati. It has like the 12 zodiacs, and then the 4. What do they call those? Not the humors. I forget what they're called, but they have like four additional also. But it's on this nice linen cardstock that's very easy to fan, very easy to do the thing. This card, I love the way it feels. It's like a nice smooth, but it's also kind of matte. It's not too bad. It's like an in-between. Gray bend. If you were a riffle shuffler, you could easily do that with this. It bounces back. It has good, it's good in that way, right? It doesn't like get all bent out of shape. And it is standard tarot. It still fits despite having more cards in it, right? It is a little bit of a difference between the Magic Pantry and this way. It's like having a little bit, but this otherwise grips very well. And then when it comes to shuffling, really good because of course it's linen, right? So it's a little easier in that way. Now, if I was going to judge these, if I'm looking to judge these based on like which I like a little bit better, that's really hard. But in terms of cardstock and shuffle ability, I don't know. I almost kind of want to give it to the Sistine only because, okay, so you guys can see for the first time ever, I do not riffle shuffle. But if I was going to attempt to, right, to try, see, I don't know. I didn't even know. This deck, I could at least do that without like completely destroying the cards, right? If I attempted to do what I just did with the Magic Pantry Tarot, right? I would not be able to do this. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. All these cards are probably messed up and going everywhere. But in that way, this deck has more flexibility. And because I think this deck has that more flexibility, despite me also, by the way, I do like this cardstock a lot. And I like how it's easier to manage in that way. It's not as slippy as the linen. But because I feel like I would not be as... like, I can't do as much flexibility with this deck as this one. I think just by the narrowest of margins, the Sistine Tarot is going to take this. And I just like scrambled up all the decks. So that's fun. Anyways, so round one, right? 1-1 over the other. I think Sistine Tarot took it. Now, round two, typically, as you guys have seen so far in this Tarot March Madness competition, it's basically been comparing how many cards I like of one versus the other. But to make things interesting, because if you look at it, we only have 3 videos left, right? This one, the next one, and the last one. I want to do something a little different. I'm going to switch things up a little bit. I know. I'm going to compare majors now. So what I'm going to do first, this is the Magic Pantry. Let me find all the majors in this deck, which might be a long process. Oh, by the way, these have 2 full cards. So I don't know. I'll compare. I'll figure this out. But I'm basically going to look for all of the majors, and I'm going to compare those to see how they stack up against each other. Because I think, if I remember correctly, both the Magic Pantry Tarot and the Sistine Tarot, I liked a very similar, if I remember, I liked a very similar amount of cards. So that's when I realized that it might be more interesting to look at the majors to determine which one actually is... I don't know, which majors do I like more, right? Do I like one's majors more than the other? Although you could have even said the minors. That I feel like might be a bigger difference, but nonetheless, we're going to try this out. Assuming I can find all these. I probably should have done this ahead of time, but listen, it is what it is now. Are you guys, oh wait, did I already do, yeah, I already gone over these. Okay, let me count. Is this actually the 22? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yes. Okay, perfect. I want to put these in order, but first what I'm going to do, of course, is now look through the Sistine Tarot and find all the majors first. And this might also be hard, by the way, because the Sistine Tarot, if you guys don't know about this deck, it is out of print now, but it has more extra cards. So this might take a little bit of time to find them all. Oh, this is the Fool. Oh, I like the Leo, though. See, I love that it does include the astrological, though, because they're so good. It has Prudence, which is interesting. And so, yeah, my idea here, for those who are wondering, like, what the hell I'm doing, I'm thinking that it depends on who wins, like, who wins more of their rounds when you compare the 2 cards up against each other. Like, which one has the better Fool? Which one has the better, Wheel of Fortune, right? Like that kind of thing. That's what I'm going to be looking at. Who has more of what? This is the sun. I hope I don't accidentally... Well, I will double check. Justice. I accidentally scrambled this when I tried to riffle. And failed. Wait, is that... No, that's Taurus. Okay, the world. Hanged one. Okay, let's see now if this is 22, so we can finally do this thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Yep. Okay, now it's just a matter of putting these in order. So I think to save us some time, I'm going to pause this quickly, put these in order, and then we will start the comparison game. Okay, we are back. These are in order. We're going to look at the majors to determine who wins round number 2 here. So let's look at the Fool of both of these. So these are pretty similar. It's just if I prefer tofu over eggs, I guess. Versus this Fool, which is literally the Adam and Eve tale. And that is wild. Like, if you think in terms that this deck is about, like, a reclamation of Catholicism for pagan or, like, more tarot-based use. Like, this is a really good start, of course. But this is also a food-themed deck. And I think that both of these are versatile and go. But if I think of which of these do I prefer, I definitely prefer this one. So I'd say this is the winner. These are the bust. Okay. Let's look at this one. Okay, we have the Magus here, which is the very classic painting. But then we have the Magician with the beans, which the beans, I also see why this could be a magician in some ways, because beans are also very versatile. You can use them in every which way. Do I get 100% a sense of that from either of these though? Like, I mean, this one also is about like the majesty. I guess you could say that God is the magus in this case. But which of these do I prefer? Which of these do I prefer more? Oh, this is so hard. I think I like this one slightly more. Okay, so far this is winning. Now this is cool. Okay, so we have the High Priestess. We have condiments here, but the diner, you see some classic bits here. Still have black and white. Very food themed. This makes sense. Very elusive. They can make or break a meal. Very intuitive to know which one is better for a dish. But then we have Lana here as the High Priestess, which Lana is very cool. I do like Lana a lot. This image of her is so funny. I don't know why it's so funny to me. Now, what's funny though is if I compare which of these I like more, it's funny, but I kind of like this one more just because I think it's like a really interesting take, but also true. Like, and in terms of a food deck, this makes a lot of sense. This one might be a bust. I don't know if I like it as much. Okay. Now, if I'm looking at the Empress here, oh, phew, sorry. Oh, I had to sneeze. If I'm looking here, the Empress, we have the Empress as vanilla and Mother, as you know, like Mother Mary Empress, very classic Empress versus this one, which is vanilla. Now, if I was going to do a trick to see how well these pair together, obviously, oh, see, these make a pair, these don't make a pair. But I'm noticing something very interesting I can tell you right off the bat. I don't care for this one as much. I really like this mother. But if I had to pick between the father and the emperor being chocolate, I think chocolate wins. And I don't care for that one as much. So, wow. Did not expect that to happen. Okay. Let's look at these. So we have the Hierophant now, which is this case in this deck has been renamed as the Sage. Interestingly, again, this is like another kind of image of Mother Mary, but this is showing a different like aspect of her, like her being like the wisdom. Or is this not Mary? Is this Mary Magdalene? That could have also been. I don't know. Can't tell. So that's a very interesting take on the Sage. Could work. This one, though, the Hierophant, we have meat and meat substitutes. And I do find it funny, like in meat, of course, you have, there's like the illusions of the pigs here. You have the wheat, you have like fish, you have other meats. They're all represented, and this makes sense. Very traditionally, and meat substitutes. Now we have tempeh, seitan, vegan chicken. This is very traditional for a food deck. It makes sense. I can see that. Like, that's what a lot of people think of when they think of food. They like this kind of idea more than the Sage. Now, this is hard. I love the beauty of this card, but I also think for a food deck, this makes sense for this to be the Hierophant. And also, like, if I'm going to compare this card that I like the Mother as 3, compared to also being the wisdom, like a wisdom kind of based thing, spirituality, all that jazz. I think this is too, I think that these two would be too repetitive, maybe. So I kind of want to give it to this one and then put that one up there. Oh my God, I don't know what's happening here. This is so interesting. Okay. The Lovers. We have Sweeteners versus this very classical but beautiful Lovers. If I think of which I like more, I think I like this one more. So I'm going to put that there. This is going up here. My goodness. Okay. We have the Chariot. Oh my God. Okay. I find this one so funny. The Chariot here, because you see like the carnival looking horse, and then it has like a Barbie doll face. Do you see the Barbie doll? And then there's like the idea of like a magic carpet. So that's also like very classical Chariot, like trying to find the balance. But then I also like this Chariot because I like that it's coffee and there's like a careful balance, and you have to carry in the container. And if you don't watch out, it can spill. And then, but it still has like classical bits to this. So which do I like more as the Chariot? Oh man, this is so hard. I think I like this one a little more than this one. So that's the bus. That's going to go there. Okay. Now, see, so this deck is interesting. The Sistine, instead of being like typical strength, of course, they have renamed this to Lust. And I think that's a Thoth thing to do. But you still get the same imagery of like a tiger and like the, like a woman. But I like that this is strength, and it's like a just different take. I like that this is a different take. It's with the nuts. You have to be able to be strong enough to crack them open to keep going. And for a food-based deck, this I think makes more sense. And I don't like this one as much just because it's more traditional. Now, for the Hermit, this one you still get, I mean, you both get allusions to light. This one has a candle here. This one has the lantern there. Tea is a very time to reflect, to sit quietly, to look inward. I understand what this deck is doing with this, and I love the representation here. This Hermit is more about retreating inward to try to understand where you fit within the spiritual scope. I kind of see that more in this. Interesting that they're in their bed, though. Is that like more... I feel like there's more interesting ideas trying to be represented here than this. But this is also nice. Which do I like more? This is hard. Maybe I like this one more than this one. Okay. We are on to the Wheel of Fortune. Oops. I don't know why that slid out of my hand. Okay. Dairy and dairy substitutes. I do like this. It shows the versatility, how it changes over time, different kinds. This shows the seasons a bit more. This is rewritten as Fortuna, but I do like that it looks like she's actually like looking at tarot maybe or something similar. Of course, that's Madonna. And that I find is so fascinating. But who do I like better, right? Who do I think is the better Wheel of Fortune? And I kind of like this one more than Madonna. I can't believe I would be saying that. Okay. We're going to move on. Justice. Oil. Versus this Justice, which is like looking in the mirror. I think I understand this one a bit more than this one. This one's a little harder to understand. So I'm going to put that as that. Now, these are both really good. We have the Hanged One as broth on this one. It's going through a transformation, the herbs and stuff. It's going to become something different than it originally was. But this Hanged One is literally like the whole... Jesus basically is a Hanged One. And this makes... I think this one in that way makes more sense. Not that this isn't... Not that this one isn't also good. But, yeah. Okay. Next, we have Death. We have Ferments and Pickle versus this Death, which is like the literal coffin. There's a dog here you can't really see. This gives them off more vampiric vibes. But I like that this one, though, shows fermentation as like a new way of transforming, becoming something else. So in that way, I think I kind of prefer this one to the other one. Sorry, I have to move some stuff around. My cat is like begging. She wants to be by the window. Okay. So sorry, Mocha. I will move this. Okay. Next up, we have Temperance. We have water here on this one, which is very basic, but like being careful of how you pour things in. Whereas this Temperance kind of has the same, but you have like wine instead is what it looks like. And angels. I mean, it's very pretty, but this one, I think this one makes more sense. Okay. Ooh, now this one is different. So the devil. We have very different ones. We have the mushrooms here, which are in the shape of like skulls, which is pretty cool. But this one is temptation, and you get the sense of like a lot of craziness. This looks very classical. I think this is Lucifer, if I remember. This is like, oh shit kind of feelings more than this. But I do love mushrooms. This is cool, but I think I like this more than that one. Okay. Now this is beautiful. These are both like, oh my God, like so much shit is happening here. I like the tower in this. I do like that it's hot sauce and exploded. I've had a similar thing happen to me where fucking sriracha got right in my eye and that sucked. But this is the house of God, and this is like talking about when things are burning up, hellfire, the Last Supper. This makes sense to me more as the tower, although this is good too. I think this one wins. Now in terms of this, okay, this is hard because I actually don't care for this star card as much. This one, I mean, I don't care for this one, but I also don't 100% care for this one. So this one does a thing in the Magic Pantry where the sun, moon, and star are utensils. Now, do I see the star as a spoon? Oh my God, I don't like either of these as much. This is hard. So which one do I prefer the imagery of then, maybe, if I don't like either as much? I kind of like the way this one looks a little bit more than this one. Okay. This one, the moon. This one seems more mysterious. This is a knife, which is also scary. It does show the moon phases on this one, and this is more classical, but I think I like this moon better, so that's going to go there. And then we have the sun. We have a fork. This more traditional, but it's also beautiful. You're balanced. You're having a salad. You're having a good time. This sun, though, is very pretty. Is that... Who is that? Who is this? Is this Jennifer Lopez? I don't know. I get a more sense of happiness from her, though, than this one. I don't know. I'm like making the weirdest judgments now. Okay. Judgment. Ooh, Rising Again. This is more traditional and it even has like the quote of Genesis in the background, which is about that too. Versus the stove. Oh no, when you put too many things on the stove and something's gotta come to fruition here. Which of these do I like more? This is definitely more traditional, but I also like this one. I think I like this one more. I'm gonna put that one up there. Okay, and finally, we have the world. Both very beautiful. But I like that this is the full meal. And this is very beautiful, but... Oh, shoot. Very beautiful. But I think I like this one more. So this goes up there. Okay. Wow. What is this? What do we have here? Let's look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I liked 10 of the Magic Pantry ones. And this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wow. So that means, despite doing all these comparisons, that means that... the Sistine Tarot, I think, took it again. Sistine Tarot is the winner. Holy shit. This one was very close. I almost thought we were going to see an upset here. But yeah, the Sistine Tarot won. So that's 2. We did not have to go into the 3-card draw. Wow. Very cool. Okay. That means we are one step closer to the end here. This is so crazy. Okay, Magic Pantry Tarot finally got pushed out. Sistine Tarot is moving on. And the next time I see you guys, we will be going into the last video of the 4 cards until it's only 2 left. So I will see you guys all again next time. Bye!